What's going on with your forecast here, because clouds and radar not showing anything too impressive. A couple little sprinkles, light reflectivities out of the Houston area with their radar. But in general, we are looking at less and less of that cloud cover and that moisture this morning. Cold fronts coming in and everything is swinging out. Here's a live look outside from our covert Bee Cave Automall camera there. Currently here in Austin, we're sitting at 67 degrees. We pretty much have everybody well in those 60s. Humidity is high, but it will not stay there. Dry line coming in. You can see the dew points here. Again, dew point, an actual measure of moisture, doesn't fluctuate with the temperature, so gives us a better idea of how much is out there when it comes to water in the sky. And at this point, a dew point of 2 in San Angelo, 11 in Abilene. That is bone dry air that's going to be moving our direction, pushing all of that moisture closer to the coast, and will not come back today. Day planner shows 60s climbing to the upper 70s today. Forecast high of 78 is actually about 10 to 12 degrees cooler than yesterday, but 74 is normal. So even behind this cold front, we are still expected to stay warmer than average. As far as those winds go, I am expecting our wind gusts to be anywhere from about 35 to 45 miles per hour. In fact, this is our high resolution computer showing us what it thinks our wind gusts will be in the hill country later today, but it was underdoing the winds we saw yesterday. I mean, we were clocking in 40 to 45 mile per hour winds yesterday here in Austin. So all that to say, I think our winds are actually going to be a touch stronger in the hill country than what you're seeing here on the model. Once we get into the later part of the afternoon, we're still fighting those gusty winds, 25 to 35 miles per hour. It's not until tomorrow morning does everything start to finally relax some. Those wind gusts less than 15 miles per hour. So that being said, high winds, low humidity. This is a recipe for disaster if we're not careful, right? We can do a lot to mitigate this wildfire threat with just being mindful of what we're doing outside. Wildfire risk is 5 out of 5 today. You look at the Storm Prediction Center, everything agrees. That first map was the Texas A&M Forest Service Storm Prediction Center putting us in that critical to elevated fire danger. Those are kind of the two ingredients I look at when it comes to forecasting on a day like today, and everything's lining up to say, hey, this is going to be a rough day with how high those winds are and how low that humidity will be. Red flag warning has already started, continues until 9 p.m. So this is an all-day deal. Temperatures tomorrow a little cooler in the lower 70s, but then the 80s quickly come back leading up to our next cold front. That arrives late Sunday with the chance of a storm or two. Right now, the severe storm threat clips Milam County on Sunday. At the very least, a marginal risk in our northeastern county is a 1 out of 5, but we'll fine-tune that getting closer. We've still got quite a few days ahead of us. Highs in the 70s, high winds, low humidity, plenty of sunshine. Something to know, it's going to get chilly both tonight and tomorrow night. 40s here in the Austin metro. Could see some low-lying elevations, some valley spots down to those mid-30s. So if you have sensitive plants, either cover them, bring them inside. Sunny skies Thursday, Friday, and then that low storm chance with that second cold front late Sunday into Monday. Temperatures will still be in the 80s behind it. Erica?
All right.